Guys, okay, so here we go with red light conversation, and basically, I just got one of my passengers just came on my shuttle and asked me like about me drinking. He's like, "Oh, did you drink this weekend? And did you do all of this stuff like that?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I'm not a drinker, right?" And so he was like, just asking me if I drink or whatever. And I told him, no, I don't ever drink. I told my sister one day that, her and I could go out and get a drink one day, but it's just honestly not what I do. It's not something that I just can get up in the day and be like, oh, I think I'm going to have a drink today. I never do that. So it's just not me. I never do it. So, basically, he was just like, what if a guy that you date, he decides that he wants to, indulge? And I was like, I just couldn't. I mean, he could be a social drinker, but just not something that I've had really terrible experience with people who drink. And it's not that, people are always going to tell you, oh, well, it doesn't affect me and it doesn't do this and that. It's just that I have a phobia, a fear of people just being a specific way when they drink. And it's just something that I don't like, guys. I don't like it. So I was explaining to him how it was a deal breaker for me. He was just like, what if they had just one a day and whatever, just to calm their nerves down before they go in or go to bed or whatever. And I'm like, that's okay, but it's just not for me. I don't want to date nobody who does it. And so then he wanted to debate me. I was just like, it's the same thing. I'm like, dealing with somebody who smokes weed or just smokes in general to me is a deal breaker. And he just trying to do anything to bring me over to the side of somebody who drink. I'm never going to judge someone who does that, because I actually have met some really cool people who smoke. Like, they have the most laid back personality. They're really cool, but it's just not something that I like. So it's just not for me. Then he goes on to say, so I started to tell him, like, it's just like dating someone who smokes weed. He was just like, what? How is this not? It's completely different. I'm like, no, it's completely the same. Like, it's exactly the same. If something is a deal breaker for you, like number two, if something is a deal breaker for you, no matter whether it's a small deal breaker, a big deal breaker, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, it's a deal breaker for you. So you don't like it. It's something that you will not put up with, and it just breaks the deal. That's what a deal breaker is. So basically, I was explaining to him how it was the same. He was like, okay, I can see how it's the same. I was like, so a couple of weeks ago, he started telling me about this date, and he had a worst date ever. Like, he said he went on a date with this girl, and she was basically like talking about him and the way he eats, and she was just like saying that she like a country guy who eats like specific food, and he had to have pork, and he has to eat this certain stuff, and he was just like, I'm not gonna let you kill me. And he made up his mind, and he was not ever going out on a date with this girl again. And so I'm like, how is it different? It's the exact same thing. Her trying to change your eating habits was a deal breaker to you. Like, all you had to do, if it really wasn't a deal breaker, is just go ahead and not eat what you don't want to eat, or not smoke what you don't want to smoke, or not drink what you don't want to drink. It's a deal breaker for you. So you just decided you're not going to go out with her again. The same thing. So he was like, oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. You guys, it's very hard to convince a person who's already has their mind made up that they're not going to do something. And what I'm saying is that I am not going to date someone who is a drinker, not someone who drinks every day. They can be a social drinker, somebody who has a drink every now and again, but just not every day. How am I going to know this person drinks every day? I may not, but I have a phobia against people who drink every time, who becomes if it's something that you have to have, that means you have a drinking problem. I'm just saying, if anything that you cannot do without, that you have to have, is a drinking problem, and that means that you have an addiction that you need to get over. Now, you may not agree with me or understand where I'm coming from, guys, and that if you do not, it's totally fine with me. I'm not gonna be that person who just completely does not, who knocks other people for having an opinion. But comment down below if you guys are people who what is your deal breaker. Comment down below if you guys think that I'm just being too far-fetched. Comment down below if you guys think that I could have handled the situation differently. What would you have said if somebody tried to convince you that it was okay? Because he went on to talk about how Jesus had a drink and how he just didn't overindulge and all this other stuff like that. And I just started, y'all don't want to know my response to everything he was saying. but it was kind of funny. Anyways, comment down below, guys. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys all for all your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.